Reshoots, cancellations, and ongoing shootings of other projects right now are currently underway within this new division of Warner Brothers Discovery, and it honestly seems like Warner Brothers Discovery in general is making a lot of noise. They're making a lot of moves in certain directions, and they're making specific decisions that could better the overall DC world. So recently there has been quite a bit of behind the scenes movement for a lot of these projects that DC is coming out with, and I do want to talk about them a little bit just to show that Discovery is actually doing things instead of just sitting around the way Warner Brothers was and pretty much just accepting any project that came to their table. Oh yeah, we'll do this. No, Discovery is actually picking and choosing what would be good for the company and the brand name. So starting with the two biggest ones that a lot of people are talking about, and some people are happy, some people aren't. Two cancellations have happened for the CW shows, the Legends of Tomorrow and the Batwoman. And I'm just gonna say, thank you. I think it is a great decision to start canceling some CW shows. I know that might make a lot of people mad. I'm sorry about that. I don't like the CW shows. I'm not a big fan of that world and the storytelling over there. If it were up to me, CW shows would be completely gone. I mean, the Batwoman, I have heard only terrible things about that show. And Legends of Tomorrow, I actually heard is decent every now and then, but I do think there is just way too much going on. I think the DC world is way too split up in different dimensions and timelines where nothing comes together and connects. Things are going to start getting canceled, and I think it's going to be a lot more than just those two shows. There's already rumors that the Flash TV show is going to get canned as well. Something about how this might be the last season and it might be a shorter season. Once again, I think it should just happen. I think the CW DC world has had its time, and I think it is time to let those shows kind of die out now. Speaking of cancellations, before this could even hit pre-production, Warner Brothers Discovery pulled the plug on the Wonder Twins live action adaptation. And my response to that is round of applause for canning a project before it could even start because of how useless it would have been. No one asked for this. Half of the projects that Warner Brothers has been making prior to Discovery moving in were projects that no one cared about, no one wanted to see, and the Wonder Twins was just another insult that Warner Brothers had towards its DC fans before Discovery moved in. Thank God they shut that down. It is not something we need. That was a great move. And to be honest with you, there are more things I want to talk about, but the cancellation of the Wonder Twins is probably my favorite move that Discovery has made so far. And since we are around the topic of the CW still, the new show that is in pre-production, Gotham Knights, which is being filmed in Toronto, which is about 40 minutes away from me here. Apparently, it's being said that the pilot is being considered to be solid, and it will have a chance to become a full series. I gotta be honest, I really hope not. I don't think they fully understand what Gotham Knights even is. I don't think they know what they're doing with the series as a whole. I personally believe they are looking at the hype of the Gotham Knights video game that is coming out within a couple of months, and they're just banking off of this idea that, hey, if we make a show about Gotham Knights on the CW, that should get some viewership. I don't really want this show to be a thing. I hope they look at the pilots that have been filmed and say, can this project? You know what I want to relate this project to is the Powerpuff Girls. I don't even really know if that show is still coming out, and that show is the CW as well. That show has had what? 4, 5, 6 different pilots shot for it, and every single time they film a new pilot, it gets canned and they got to go back to the drawing board. It's gotten so bad that one of the main actresses for one of the girls literally dropped out of the project because the project is a mess. That is how I feel with Gotham Knights. Reading the summary and the concept of what the show is about, it ain't looking good. This is a show that needs to be canceled much sooner rather than later. Once again, they would have never thought about making a Gotham Knights TV show until this video game was announced. It would have never crossed their mind. They're trying to find the easiest way to get even the littlest amount of clout from viewers who hop on the CW and say, oh, another DC show, what's this? It could be garbage. And I'm guaranteeing you right now, Gotham Knights will more than likely be garbage, but they're only using the name to attract viewership. It will not be a show of true value. Now, of course, recently with everything that's been going on with Ezra Miller and the Flash movie being delayed constantly, I have presented a question on this channel of if the Flash movie will even ever end up coming out. Now, within that topic, I've also talked about the Batgirl. Considering the Batgirl movie is pretty much connected to whatever happens in the Flash film, if the Flash wasn't going to come out, the Batgirl is not going to come out, I would assume, unless they would do some reshoots and some rewriting. Obviously, assuming as of right now where we are today, the Flash movie is going to end up coming out, which will mean the Batgirl movie would come out as well. But if this counts for any bit of confirmation for anyone, Big Screen Leaks did say that Blue Beetle is filming and Batgirl is wrapped. Those two are happening no matter what. So as of right now, it does seem Blue Beetle and Batgirl are completely safe. They will be coming out. Now, as for shootings and reshoots, as of right now, the Penguin from Matt Reeves tied into the Batman movie is going to be shooting very soon, I believe in June. And of course, you gotta love good old 4chan. There have been some leaked details of the Penguin show that have popped up on 4chan, and essentially what they are just simple casting details. It does look like Penguin is going to go back to that silver Bronze Age look of the Penguin where he was more of a mob boss, almost like a Scarface. But also, if you notice, there is something mentioned in the casting details. It says actor who was driven mad when he heard he couldn't participate in a play due to his deformed face. To me, that sounds like Clayface. There have been so many different origin stories for Clayface. It's a matter of who they would actually get. I would assume you would want to go with probably the two most popular, which would be Basil Carlo or Matthew Hagen, one or the other. There's no guarantee though that Clayface is going to be in the show. Maybe it's just somebody else who maybe shares the same type of properties as the character. Maybe it is literally somebody with a deformed face who has no connection to the Clayface character. Maybe it is a Basil Carlo or a Matthew Hagen who will be introduced in the show, maybe as a failed actor who then needs money and joins up with Penguin's crew. It's just a really interesting detail, and maybe there's something that will come from it. And then to talk about the reshoots of other projects, currently Black Adam and Shazam 2 are now underway with their reshoots, and I wonder what could potentially be being reshot in these movies. I have a feeling that both of these movies are going to maybe just get a couple of tune-ups, a couple of fixes in specific parts of the film. There's even a possibility maybe someone shows up. I know lately there has been a lot of talk of Henry Cavill coming back as Superman. I don't just want it. A lot of you don't just want it. A big chunk of the world wants Henry Cavill returning as Superman, and I think it only makes sense. Now, could he show up in a Shazam? Look, he showed up in Shazam 1. Why not show up in Shazam 2 and actually show his face this time, maybe with some dialogue? Could he show up in Black Adam? I know Dwayne Johnson has toyed around with Henry Cavill's Superman a lot. I know he would be vastly interested in having him appear in the movie. I do have a feeling we might be in store for some surprises when it comes to the reshoots of those two movies, maybe the appearances of different characters. You never know, we'll have to see, but they are underway as of right now. And then the final two things I do want to talk about in this video are both about Aquaman. So let's start with the first topic, which is the smaller one. Casey Walsh, which if a lot of people do not know who this is, he's pretty deep into the world of leaks and reports when it comes to superhero films and DC and Marvel. So apparently it is being said that in a cut of Aquaman 2, another DC hero does actually make an appearance, but he states in his tweet here that there was a cameo in the cut, but am not sure if it makes it to the final version. I can only assume Aquaman is going to be another movie that will re-enter a reshoot stage, mainly because of something I'm going to talk about after this. But first of all, who could show up in an Aquaman film, another DC hero that is? I think your best case scenario would maybe be someone like The Flash or Wonder Woman. Although when it comes to The Flash, are you really going to be using Ezra Miller for other projects right now? I don't really know if you want to do so. I still think that Discovery might have something up their sleeve when it comes to that particular situation. So who really knows if we're going to get that in the final movie? It would be great if we could get some sort of tie-in. Now, something else that Casey Walsh has also claimed is that in Aquaman 2, apparently Arthur and Mera are supposed to be having a child, and the child is used as an important piece within the plot. How is that gonna work though with Amber Heard? We all know right now that the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial is a very, very hot topic, and a lot of people don't want Amber Heard as Mera anymore. I made a video a couple weeks ago saying that they should simply have gotten Emilia Clarke to come in and replace Amber Heard as Mera. Emilia Clarke would have been a fantastic fit for that role. I do know that Emilia Clarke right now is slated to be in a Marvel project, but it's never too late. And look how many actors nowadays go back and forth between Marvel and DC. It happens. She can do it. And actually right now there is a petition to remove Amber Heard from the role, and it has acquired over 3 million signatures. If that's not showing to Warner Brothers and DC that they want her out of the movie, I don't know what will. Now, this is the issue with the Aquaman film. I'm sure there are a lot of people who want to see it. I'm sure there are a lot of people who loved the vibe of the first one and want to see the second one. It's a decent movie for me at the best. I didn't love the first one. Will I watch the second one? Yes, I will. Now, here's the problem though, is that with Amber Heard's appearance as Mera in the movie is going to lose money. There's no way around it. It just simply will. Now, the question is how much will it hurt them? It could be a decent amount of money where they say, all right, we felt some backlash because of Amber Heard's appearance. We still made profit, but it could have been better. Or it could be a situation where it's like, oh my God, no one is seeing this movie. We are losing a mad amount of money. So just like many of you probably have, I've been hearing a lot of things that her role has been diminished to less than 10 minutes. I personally just don't think that's enough. I think she needs to be gone. Now, things do get complicated though if you are going to be introducing a child between her and Aquaman. You will probably have to show her in some aspect. This movie did get pushed back to next year. You could potentially reshoot with a different actress. I know it's going to cost a lot of money. It's a lot of hard work. They might not want to do that, but I think having Amber Heard in this film is literally a cancer to the film that they need to remove, and they need to remove now. All right, so that was a news-filled video. That was basically just a rundown of a lot of the things I've been seeing and been hearing over the past weekend, and I am 100% certain certain that things are going to change as time goes on. I think we are going to probably see more announcements of cancellations, maybe the announcement of new projects. Honestly, I think this is just the beginning of what Warner Brothers Discovery is going to be doing within the next couple of weeks and the next couple of months. But there you have it, everyone. Now it's your turn to let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you're hoping for next. But anyways, everyone, that is it for this one. And until next time, I will talk to you all very soon.